Hello YouTube, my name is Courtmac, and today I'm excited to share Fire Emblem Tower Infinite 84 for the TI-84. This game is a Fire Emblem themed roguelike programmed in the TI basic programming language where the player scales an infinite tower. I'm going to show you guys a fresh save file here, and we're going to start off as a sword fighter with the powerful boon and the unlucky bane. Just like traditional Fire Emblems, these options will affect your starting character's stats and stat growths. Now that we've loaded it into the first floor, I can take the opportunity to show you guys our character's inventory and stats. It's all pretty standard Fire Emblem content, including the protagonist exclusive weapon, which I just called yours. Speed in particular is a fun stat because characters can actually attack twice in the same turn if their speed is 5 or higher than their opponent's, and it also affects your ability to dodge attacks. When we move our guy, you can see that little use/E option. That just lets you use items like the Vulnerary or otherwise equip different weapons you might have. Something you might notice about the enemy that's attacking us right now is the itty-bitty exclamation point right next to their sprite on the map, and the fact that they have a randomly generated name as opposed to just being labeled enemy. This means we can actually recruit them. You can have up to a party of 4 in this game, so 1 spot for each class: sword fighter, archer, mage, and healer. The odds of recruitment success get lower the more party members you have, but you can circumvent this by leaving the character you want alive as the last enemy on the floor, which will guarantee that they join your team. So if someone has a high rarity weapon or really great stats, you'll have better odds of getting what you need. Item drops are also possible off of any given enemy, as you can see here, but boss enemies, indicated by the size of the skull on their map sprite, have a guaranteed chance of dropping a rare stat booster, sandwich, or whatever weapon they're holding. Now that we've gotten to floor 2, I want to show you a couple of other things. First of all, there is an info screen that will tell you the specific seed of your tower, so if you get a run you really liked, you can try that tower again by entering your name as seed when you start your run, and then typing out the number of your seed. So what I'm going to do now is load up a save file I've actually progressed pretty far into, so you can see what the later stages of the game look like. Just like other Fire Emblem games, this is a suspend kind of save, so you can't save scum. We've got 2 mages, a sword fighter, and a staff user at our disposal. All aside from the protagonist, these were recruited from earlier floors of the run. I want to talk about staff users and how they work for a little bit. Their attack stat is actually the amount of base health that they'll restore, and each staff adds a multiplier to that number in some capacity. I also took a page out of Fire Emblem Guidance Mage system to balance this out, so staffs will deal a set amount of damage to the healer when they do their thing. One of the rarer weapons I get to showcase here is the Magic Sword, which some Fire Emblem fans might recognize. Essentially, it allows the sword fighter to engage in combat from 2 spaces away, and uses the opponent's magical resistance stat during damage calculations as opposed to physical defense. There are a lot of special weapons like that in Tower Infinite, including staves. For instance, the freeze weapon has a chance to freeze the enemy, preventing them from acting during their next turn. Since skills are so integral to Fire Emblem, I figured that putting them into weapons was the perfect way to include those powers into this roguelike. Throughout Tower Infinite, there are versions of Luna, Lethality, and Sure Strike, as well as a few unique powers. I mean, the rarest staff in the game will let you revive your most recently killed party member. Unless, of course, it was your protagonist, in which case, game over. Alright, and that was it for Tower Infinite 84, Fire Emblem on the TI-84. I hope you enjoyed watching this quick little demo tutorial. Consider downloading the game, or just reading the documentation or whatever. Thanks for watching.